and welcome back to the Forever DM Star Wars Hunters podcast. Where we last left off, the party venturing into the planet of Braca finally found their contact, a slightly annoying scrap mechanic that goes by the name of Jude. Following Jude's instructions and learning that Jude made a big mistake of hooking up the intelligence of a Clone Wars era tactical droid to his home network of junk droids, basically created a hostile droid army. The party working with Jude is now on their way to sever the connection of the supposed strategy bot, and we will pick up right where we last left off with the party separating. I know Tisk and Watt was climbing the junk pile to get a good look over the area. I can't remember if Thule went with them, but I do know that Shug stayed behind with Jude.
No, it was just the two of us.
Yeah, Thule decided not to try to be stealthy.
Right, so where we last left off, you looking through the scope of your sniper rifle, Tisk, you see several large scrapper droids on a revolving patrol around this, what seemingly is a flat area, but you can see where a shell of what was once a Trade Federation ship, scrapped long ago, is in this recess. The droids following some type of pre-programmed route as they snake in between ancient rusted out hulls and walls of this ship. You do see an energy dome barrier in the distance covering something.
Sorry, so who else had come up there with me?
What?
So as I'm like crouched with the scope like just over the ridge, getting an eye for it, looks like a pattern. We can probably make our way through that way. And I kind of point towards where it looked like we could maybe snake between things.
I believe you did roll at the end of the last game and you did determine there was a path.
Yeah, it would have been, it's going to be tight, but there was a way through that I thought would manage to make it happen.
You look over at Watt, and he is absolutely not paying attention. I am rummaging through the scrap pile.
As long as you're staying out of sight, Tisk doesn't say anything otherwise.
No, I rolled it really well on stealth. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, no, if Tisk he'd spend a little bit of time just like making sure he's got the pattern right, particularly where the larger junk bots are moving and kind of their timing across that. But
roll me a perception check with advantage because you have the scope.
Pulling things up. Perception advantage. That, my sir, is a nat 20. So
nice.
23.
Okay, with a natural 20, not only do you see the large droids walking, you see a handful of the small ones walking, a sporadic pattern throughout these large patrols. But you do see static, discharge in 3 locations and you remember something that Jude said, that the only way to power the shield is they had to fire up the old generators of the ship. And you do spot with a natural 20 that there are indeed outside the shield, guarded by the droids, 2 to 3 active generators.
Okay.
Nicely done.
Yeah, I note where any of those are. Are there any that are near the path that I see through there to like get through them, or are they pretty out of the way?
You see that the path straight through, the one that you would have to follow, does go by 1.
Okay.
We established this is a shield we can walk through, right?
Yes.
Okay. If not, this would be a very short trip.
I was about to say, he said yes without making us roll, so someone's getting vaporized when they first walk through. I saw Lost. I know how this works.
I never watched Lost.
That barrier isn't active anymore. It hasn't been active for years. And he shoves them through and he starts bleeding out his ears.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, so getting a good bead on all of that, noting the generator that would be pretty close to the path that I think will get us in there. I will tap Watt on the shoulder and start making my way back down.
What? You get tapped.
I will follow.
All right. So back to Shug and Tuli. Now, you see over there, there's a piece of a droid. That droid series predates the Clone Wars, and there's actually is pretty much a really good black market on that shielding. That actually has a higher standard ion shielding than what you get on your protocol droid models that are out right now. And so he keeps going on about just junk that he sees within his eyesight, just sitting down on a block of compressed junk as he's the old man with the gut, just pointing out everything he sees in the scrapyard and how much money it's worth to the right person.
It's like we're on an episode of American Pickers, except in space.
So Thule is sitting very quietly, and you see him hold up one of his phalanges. I don't know how many he has. We'll say he has like 3 on each hand at least. And he holds up one, right, like enough to hold an electro club, and he's like waving it in front of Jude, and then like measuring fist over the next hill, and then measuring again for size, and he just seems to be doing math in his head the whole time Jude's talking.
Are you gauging how far you can punt that guy?
Or throw.
After several minutes, sorry, yeah. If you didn't have anything to say to him,
No, I really don't. I'm intentionally tuning out.
Perfect.
The things he is telling me are number one, I already know, or two, I do not care to know.
So after several minutes go by, and Thule's doing his best to kind of tune him out and not paying any attention to anything other than his internal math. So Shug, if he keeps talking, I'm pretty sure I could at least get him over the ridge, if not a little bit further past it.
All right, let's see what we have on our hands around here to make it a little further. Start like looking through the junk.
If you can make me a lever system, I'm pretty sure I could get him maybe into where the droids are.
It's all a
And
matter
then
of leverage.
He would shut them down once he gets close, right? Because the data pad would then deactivate the droids nearby.
You know, at this point, I'm willing to try.
So all we have to do is launch him, right?
Is he still talking through all of this?
Yeah, he's not even paying attention to you guys.
One of those love-hate relationships. You love NPCs like this, but you hate them.
I haven't heard him reject the idea, so I'm going to assume that silence is acquiescence, and we're allowed to do this.
You know, normally I would say something about that, but in this situation, I'll allow it.
All right, Jude, come with me. And I go to pick him up.
Where are we going?
You're going over there. And I point towards where the droids are.
No. That we wouldn't talk. That's what you guys are doing.
Right. We will be right behind you. Probably several seconds later, because I cannot run as fast as I can catapult something.
What do you mean catapult?
Don't worry about it.
So about that time, Tisk and Watt, you guys are coming back as Thule is manhandling Jude. Or whale handling?
Whale handling, absolutely. Wandling.
Wandle.
Yeah, I've got like a capacitor or something in my hands, and I'm just tinkering with it. Like very Rocket Raccoon moment, just not paying attention to what's happening.
Shug's like, oh, hey, if you reverse the polarity on that thing, it'll explode. Why did I say that?
So, okay. And then, as he's being put, why are you pushing me? Why are we going over there? You guys are supposed to go over there. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover.
A lover of your own voice. Let's go, bud.
Where is he going?
So we're going to catapult him in, so that by the time we get there, the droids are shut down from the data pad he's carrying.
Wait, what direction?
Towards the droids, and I just point where I think they are over the next hill.
Wait. No, it's not going to shut him down. It's going to slow him down. It's not going to do what you think. Someone talk some sense into this whale.
Tisk is immediately like thinking back to the layout of like where it is and what would be the optimal like direction for this to happen is just immediately in for this plan.
That's sad, because I was hoping Tisk would be the voice of reason. I know it's not going to be Watt, and Shug's been going along with me the whole time.
Why? Why would Tisk be the voice of reason about random wanton violence? I don't...
He digs his heels and he goes, wait. I have the access codes to the ship.
Why didn't you lead with that? You've said so many other useless things.
Because I trusted you guys, and you're sitting here, you're pushing me ahead of you, and you're putting me in danger. I got the access codes you need. One once we get rid of this guy and we gotta I gotta take you to the ships. I've got the access codes. Something happens to those, you won't be able to get on the ships.
Thule, you feel a little tug on your like pant leg. You look down and see Watt is there.
Hey, buddy.
I'm bored.
I was about to make it very exciting.
Oh, don't worry.
Suddenly, I'm not.
It'll be interesting here in a minute.
Look, here, and he hands Thule the data pad. All you gotta do is take this. You just turn it on. You got about 10 seconds of power, and any of those droids that comes nearby, it's gonna scramble their circuits and fill them with so much junk data that they're gonna move slow as hell. So
I take it from Thule.
all right, and, you know, I'm just gonna stay back here, okay? I'll keep my mouth shut. You guys just don't worry about it. You just go in and just take that droid offline.
That's the most reasonable thing you've said in 15 minutes.
So, question for Bill here, out of character slightly. So I'm trying to remember where exactly the ships are supposed to be. Does he know where the ships are in relation to this thing, or do we just know that they're somewhere in possession of this bot that he's sending us after?
He knows where it is. He has not told you exactly where they are yet.
Right. So if you're not going to go with us, then we need to know where the ships are. We need those access codes.
The access codes aren't going to do you any good until this droid's taken care of, because if I give you the access codes and somehow they get it from you, then they're just going to take off in the ships.
If they get it from us, you'll have bigger problems.
I'm gonna go now.
There's always the catapult.
There is the catapult.
Ooh, I'll do it.
See, I think what we have here is what they call an Onderondian standoff. I got information that you need, and you got information, and you got to do something for me. And you know, yeah, it's like I'm not going to give you the access codes. I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night.
So like Sugar's been pretty like easygoing up until this point, and he's like, okay, wait, let me get this straight. We're here to destroy droids that you put into commission.
One droid.
And what about all the
else?
Well, what about all the other ones that that droid has control over now? What did those come from?
They're collateral damage. I didn't initially plan for those droids to turn rogue.
Yeah, the planning thing seems to be a pattern. You don't plan for much, do you? So here's the thing. I point to Thule and I was like, and I say, he can get the codes from you. And I point to Tisk and I say, he can get the codes from you too. And then I point to Watt and I'm like, honestly, if I was gonna pick, he'd be the last one I would pick, because I guarantee he gets the codes too. So we can take care of this problem for you, or we can just take the codes from you and leave.
Actually,
My only
you
request
can't
is that he
take the codes from me and leave. That's why we got to get rid of the droid. Because where I got the ships held is also on the network. He has control of everything except he doesn't have the codes. And I guarantee you, as smart as he is, he's running a subroutine to try to figure them out.
All right, so play this out. We need the ship. You want him gone. We need the ship sooner than later. Which means you either go with us into that, or you give us the fucking codes.
You don't get what I'm saying. The ships aren't here. The ships are elsewhere.
Yeah.
You don't need the codes yet. You just need to go take care of that droid.
I feel like I set us all off on the wrong foot. The only reason I was going to catapult him was to make him stop talking. Jude, if you can just stop talking, I will go take care of whatever droid you need taking care of.
That was
Just
the deal.
please.
I'll stop talking. I'll stop talking yesterday. All you gotta do is go take care. I'll go around. Like I said, I'll go hide over there.
I
Dude,
walk away.
You are still talking.
Fine. He
Fine.
turns around and walks off. It's like, you asked me to stop talking, I'll stop talking. I'll be the most quiet guy you ever heard in this entire junkyard as he's walking away.
Watt is already walking towards the ship.
Truly, at this point, is just like you see that rosiness come into his cheeks as if his face is about to turn red, and he takes this big, deep breath or sigh out of his blowhole, and follows Watt.
Really?
Which sounds like a
You've raged a
Rage.
handful of times, and one of those times is because of an NPC. Oh, Sean froze. He got so mad he froze.
dude.
Damn Paw
Yeah.
Patrol.
Thanks, Paw Patrol. No junkyard too big or whale too small.
Got a whale of a tale to tell you, though.
All right, so as Jude just disappears behind you around the junk pile with Leap,
Well, at least that worked to get him to shut up.
you guys move forward. Oh, Oh, my eyes are killing me. You guys move forward.
Tisk like splaws the path that
Cool.
he noted.
Thank you.
Okay, what skill? I need a what am I looking at? What's the name of it, Derek?
Justified.
Justified check.
I need a justified check from Tisk. What
Thank you.
skill are you going to use to see if you remember the pattern,
If I remember the pattern. Okay.
the route that you found?
I guess like having kind of mapped it out in his head, I will kind of take this as a almost like a hearkening to like a tracking perspective of like in my head, kind of keeping track of where everything's at, the mapping of it all and whatnot, and I will make a survival check
Okay.
for a big old 5.
All right. So you are carrying down close to the path. You believe that this is the path that you were going, or what you saw from on top of the junk pile. But then you get to an area, nothing looks the same. You have officially gotten yourself lost. Around the thin wall of where you are, you can see through cracks and rusted out splotches within this old starship hull. You hear the goosh, goosh, goosh.
Not the goosh.
Not the goosh of walking very much like a silverback gorilla. You see one of those large junk bots, the one that is an artillery cannon, walking on its legs, its behind legs and knuckles as it's on a patrol. It is on the other side of this wall to you. I need a combined party stealth check.
Holy shit! I just napped.
We did. Well, thank God somebody did, because 2 of those rolls were real bad and mine was mid. So that's a 14 for Tisk.
Thule is still deep breathing out of his blowhole, and it's making a wheezing noise. His 4 is not gonna cut it.
And Watt on a 2 on the die got a 10.
All right. So who all got above a 15?
Me.
Oof.
At level 3? No way.
All right, we about to fight this bitch.
So as you guys are walking, who got the lowest roll? It was Tisk, right?
Thule
a
was
4.
the lowest.
As you guys are going, and Thule is very angry still with Jude, and the wheezing and just the sheer rage that he's keeping balled up, leaning against this wall, an entire section of the wall, balls leaning against it, as the large droid turns and faces you. I need the party to roll initiative.
Yeah. Need to put us on the map.
We're getting there. Had to reload.
Reload.
I will do the same.
Make it active. Pull the PCs over real quick. Don't know where the Shugbot is, but we'll put it on there. There's Alex. Put him on there. There's Tisk. There's Watt. Thule. And there's Shug. Alright, so you guys will be able to look onto the map and see where you are. You see the section of wall that fell. You see the large scrapper droid that's staring at you, and at this moment, before you roll initiative, because I did not ask for a marching order, you have this moment to move your character within 5 feet of where they are, where you want them to be.
You are paused, so we can't do anything yet.
I am paused.
And I don't have an Alexander. Oh, there he is. Okay. He's bigger than me.
That reminds me of that joke. Polar Bear walks into a bar. Bartender asks, He's like, what do you want to drink? He's like, I'll take a whiskey. He's like, what's with the big paws? He goes, I was born with them.
I'm reloading because it did not.
I would like to say they are cackling laughing, even though you can't hear them on the podcast. They are actually.
Nope.
Uproarious laughter all around.
All right. So yeah, before you roll your character's initiative, add yourself. Put yourself where you want to be.
Is this piece the wall that fell down?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna say Thule was leaning on it. Could be worse.
So I have this ability called Bad Feeling, and it says when you roll for initiative, you can move up to your speed.
If you got that ability to do whatever you want.
Okay, cool. But first, I need to fucking log in on an incognito window because fucking Foundry's not loading on my.
What? What was your initiative?
We haven't rolled it yet. I was still waiting for everybody to do the the moving thing. My initiative is a 17, and Alexander goes right after me.
I rolled a 14, and I'm gonna go ahead and take cover.
Not the worst plan.
So with that,
Here we go, boys. Here we go.
what? At the beginning of round one, the wall just fell and a big poof of dust comes up from this junkyard as the wall falls down. Thule still having his hand in the position and a shocked look on his face as this giant behemoth junk droid turns and looks at you. You have top initiative.
That's sad for all of us, actually.
Yep.
I look at Thule, surprised, like, oh, you found him. And Powerbook, I'm going to launch a detonator at him.
Okay.
So I take that capacitor that I had picked up and had totally reversed the polarity when Shug mentioned that. And I loaded into a little like catapult like thing contraption on my pop lad, and I attack for a natural 20.
Nice.
Holy shit.
So he is gonna take 6 plus 9, so 14 for the crit, fire damage, and must make a dexterity saving throw. Nope, sorry, wrong thing. 14 points of fire damage. I assume he's... No, okay, they don't catch fire. Different spell. And then I am going to... Our books... Nope, that's it for me. I'm going to step off to the side. No, I'm just going to stay right next to Thule. Alexander, passing my turn on to Alexander. Alexander is going to step forward and... So 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to run all the way up and shank a bitch. So this is plus... 5. So roll plus 5, a 22 to hit.
Definitely hits.
And roll plus 1 for damage. 5 points of kinetic damage from a vibro weapon.
Okay, 5 points of damage.
So a
That didn't kill him.
total of 19.
Everything
from,
together?
and that's it for me.
19, that includes Watts, right?
Yeah. And because it thematically makes sense for Watt to have not been paying attention. Does the fire damage seem to, like, do its thing? Or does it seem to shirk it off
It
pretty easily?
is burning as much as a droid would burn.
You got it. All right, that's it for me.
Next up is Shug.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my droid act first. Can you make it my droid before me?
All right, so you want your droid to go first?
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. Okay, and now you need to make it my droid's turn.
Man, so needy.
Thank you. Okay. All right. So it's gonna close the distance here, and
Is it going the distance? Is it going for speed?
We'll see.
Is it
all
alone?
All alone. All right. So it's gonna take its. It's gonna use its ranger's quarry to mark the creature, and then it's gonna use its bonus action to give me the help action. So it's basically like just flitting around the droid's photoreceptors and painting it as a target.
Awesome.
Okay, now it can be my turn. I'm going to step out here. What am I doing here? Yeah, I'm just gonna pew pew with my wrist blaster. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does.
Hang on. I get to roll with advantage anyway. I forgot. Okay, that was a 14. Okay, so 15 hits, so I get my sneak attack damage because of the help action from my droid. So here we go. Losing dice. Damn, that was awful. That's 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage.
Yep. And then I would like to use my skills exploit. When you take the attack action, you can use... I'm going to attempt to find a weakness in the target. So I have to make an investigation check, and it's contested by the target's charisma deception check.
Wow, okay.
I did not roll very well, but
Okay,
thankfully...
it has a -3, so it's a 0.
Okay, I rolled a 14. Okay, so my check succeeds. So if a friendly creature makes an attack roll against the target, I can use my reaction to grant them advantage. And then they get a +7 to the damage.
Awesome.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I'll just keep track of that.
It's insightful fighting, but you can give it to someone else.
Yes. And then I'm going to take my bonus action to take the hide action and just kind of like curl up in the junk around me.
Bonus action hide. Okay. That end your turn?
That's my turn.
That ends your turn, right?
Yes, that ends my turn.
Next is the junk droid. It will aim, stepping forward, stepping up. It will take a, let's see, melee. It will take 2 slam attacks targeting Alex and Thule. That is a 25 to hit Alex and a 15 to hit Thule.
I mean, just
Damn.
barely.
It also hits Thule.
So it hits both of you.
Just
I'm
barely.
assuming I don't have the little shield thing flying around me anymore at this point because it's been several hours.
Alex takes 4 points of kinetic damage and Thule takes 13.
Oof.
As it brings down these large mandible-like arms and just crush as it slams these arms into you and Alex.
Got it.
And that is his turn. Next would be
It should be Thule.
Fisk. Oh,
No,
Yeah.
it should be
We skip
Thule.
Thule.
Yeah.
Thule goes first.
Hey, Bill, I think you skipped Thule.
Did you
Yeah.
know you skipped Billy?
I think I did. I think I did skip Thule. There we go. Now it's Thule.
Oh, thanks. Did you know you skipped me the first time?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did it on purpose. You like it.
So Thule's gonna take this to the chin,
Oh,
He gets hit
You
so
forgot.
hard he lags.
and he's
Yeah.
gonna bonus.
Took it to the chin.
And we're gonna keep lagging because that's what cool kids do. Yeah, so we're gonna. Thule takes it to the chin. He gets mad. He turns red and black instead of white and black, and he will attack recklessly for a 19.
19 hits.
And he
You lagging again?
yeah.
Paw Patrol!
People are gonna be like, why are they yelling at Paw Patrol?
yelling loudly at Paw Patrol and still lagging really hard. I think I've caught up.
We hear you now.
Okay. Yeah. Whether that was Paw Patrol or Super Kitties or whatever, curse you, streaming services. And I've critically failed on my attempts to return to Foundry. Yeah. So if someone wants to roll damage, I needed the DC 13 Dex saving throw.
From the creature?
Sean, what's the damage die?
That is a 12
I'm
for
sorry.
the saving throw.
Perfect. It is a D10, I think. Let me pull it up.
D10. He will on a 12. He will have failed the shocking throw. So it'll be a D10.
So it's
looks like
an
plus
extra 1d4.
4. Yeah.
A
plus
1d4. Yeah.
And
So
then
1d10
you're, what,
kinetic, 1d4
plus-
shocking.
plus 4 plus 2 since you're raging. Is that right?
Yeah, plus another plus 6 for the bonuses.
So how much was kinetic? How much was shocking?
Oh, you need those separate. Well, hold on.
So the 1d4 should be the only shocking damage.
Please hold. That is 15 points of kinetic and 1 point of lightning.
Thank you.
So
And they are shocked until the end of its next turn.
mild shock.
Le gasp.
I never read that part. What does shocked do? I'll have to look that up.
I had not gotten that far myself.
All right, Tisk, it is your turn.
So
Can't take reactions and can take either an action or bonus action, but not both.
nice. So seeing it kind of like stagger a little bit from the shocking effect and feeling confident he can run past it to a different position, Tisk is going to run up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, rounding the corner to check and see if anything else falls into view here. I don't see anything. So then dropping the shield, I will take 5 more feet. Nah, just stop there. I'll drop the shield and pull the sniper rifle and take aim for a 21 to hit.
All right, you hit as this blaster bolt smacks into this giant jump bot.
For a 1 on the die, for a total of 4 points of damage.
You blow off a large chunk of its armor, but it's still up.
I will use my last 5 feet to round the corner here. Wait, hold on. I did 15, 20, 25. I'll do 2 there to kind of round the corner and kind of like pull up and roll around the corner from it in hopes that its cannon does not come back my direction next. So that will be it for me.
All right, top of the round, I am gonna go grab something to drink real quick to stay awake, because apparently I'm fading, but it's okay. I have a Monster Energy drink in the refrigerator. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Do an ad for something.
This episode brought to you by Monster Energy Drinks. You want to get real fucked up when you play? Drink Monster.
But you started lagging when you started talking, and you had this weird, like, robotic tone to your voice, and that sounded rad.
It was pretty legit.
Did anybody else hear that?
Yeah, absolutely. He like dropped about half an octave.
Yeah,
Some of that was intentional.
Not quite all the way down to Thule levels, but
that was great.
So, you guys know what I haven't had in a while?
What?
Said you guys know what I haven't had in a while? Solid connection.
No.
and then I lagged and fell
I
out
was,
again.
I was waiting for
How
the answer to be
appropriate.
I was waiting for the answer to be lag as we sat there and waited for the answer.
I grabbed
No, what we should have said was, why the big pause?
I'm a bear.
no, you're not allowed to laugh at that because you didn't laugh at it when I said it.
Yeah, but it was funny this time.
I'm back with my I drank these for breakfast. I'm back with my Irish cream monster coffee.
Ew,
Nice.
that sounds disgusting.
Dude, it's delicious.
Hey, I'm
And I don't like coffee.
Sure is.
Then I'm a bad dad. I raided my daughter's Easter basket.
She won't even notice.
No, she doesn't. She just likes the idea of receiving the candy. She doesn't actually eat it.
Oh, we lost him.
He gone. Tuli, no.
So the real big bad, it's internet connection.
Right?
Yeah.
Just
Always has been.
just flooding the network with excess junk packets.
I got the string on the candy necklace and it literally went everywhere. That's great. All over my desk. Okay, top it around with what?
18 to hit, 8 points of fire damage as I launch another capacitor that you're like, where the hell did you get that one? And I run 10.
Said 8 fire damage.
Yeah. 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, nope. My speed is only 25. So make it 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to there. And then Alexander is going to take a swing. Dice plus 5 here for another 22 to hit for 5 points of kinetic damage for Alexander. And he's going to, in turn, so Alexander's going to kind of shift around the creature. And that will end his turn on
So-
to Shug.
As Alexander runs past this bot, doing 5 points of damage, as it's had these huge scorch marks and wires burnt, Alexander's vibroblade cuts through this bot, and you just see it kind of shimmy and shake and falls. Hits the ground as the 4 red eyes of its sensors die.
Oh, that was quick.
There was only one of them this time. Alexander is going to stomp over and stand up on the carcass of this thing and just stab it 3 more times with the vibroblade before retracting it. And Tulia looks at you. Alexander looks at you like, say something. And then turns and stomps over to be next to me.
When you give me that look, I look back and I say, "Good job, little guy."
You swear Alexander walks just a little bit taller.
So in a moment of cosmic irony, I mentioned in our mental health check that the idea of being helpless and not being able to control things around me is why I was excited to play. And here I am lagging with things I can't control.
Oh, buddy.
So this is earning our rating for the evening. This is fucking bullshit, but I'm here for it.
Give it another like 25 minutes here. We'll take our break and then no more streaming, right? Because they'll be sleeping. Sleepy time.
Well, during my computer reset, I went to go check, and they haven't been streaming. So I have no idea why my connection is so terrible. I apologize.
That house is a black hole.
It happens to the
It
best
is.
of us, man.
The ghost in the attic is watching Paw Patrol.
It wouldn't be hard to run a landline. I just need to buy the landline. And
Yeah.
fucking work.
Hey, if my daughter and I can run one under my house.
We have a very accessible attic. Like I've been up there before. I installed a
Yeah.
fan in the living room. It's not terrible, but
It'd be pretty easy to get up there and drop it down.
it would.
All right, so as this bot falls and hits the ground, I need another combined party stealth check to see if anyone heard that.
Okay.
What do
Could
you?
I lean into the justified checks with that instead?
Sure.
I'm gonna run over and immediately yank the transmitter off of this thing and leaning into technology instead of stealth. 11.
How's everybody looking?
What's 15 for Tisk?
13.
I rolled twice for Thule to give myself disadvantage, so that's a 7 for Thule as he is still raging and he is not quiet.
You guys listen? You don't hear any alarms. You don't hear the pounding of robotic feet heading towards you. You think you're in the clear. You don't think you were heard.
With this wall down, does anything look more familiar by chance?
I was going to give you another attempt.
We're gonna give that one another shot and see how we go here.
Uh,
Significantly better.
I'm gonna come over and pat your shoulder and give you guidance.
Add a D4 to that. So
Nice.
a total of 23.
So with 23, as I move the bots around on their design patrols, you know that the next location in your path is where I'm dinging right now on the map.
Cool. As we walk past this bot, taking a look at it, and as Watt like pull off a transmitter, I look at him and say, "What are the chances there's power cells?"
What are the chances that what?
There's power cells, like pointing towards the cannon, specifically asking if by chance there's ammo to be had off of this thing, basically.
Bill, would power cells for a cannon this big even fit on a sniper rifle?
I don't know how this shit works. I'm just asking.
No, but with a proper tech check, you'll be able to recharge his power packs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Would you like a check to search and then a check to tech, or how do you want me to do this?
Let's just do a check.
Okay. Tech check. Give myself guidance. Nat 1. Nope, nothing.
I'm going to say, with Watt's being Watt, you obviously see the power cells. You could easily rig something up, but you saw something shiny about 5 feet over.
Oh, absolutely. So I'd pick up something, Tisk, that you definitely know is not a power cell, and start messing with it, and look up at you and go, oh, no.
Thule thunders past you on the way in the direction that you alluded to, and tosses you a power cell, as he has 2 and doesn't use his carbine very much.
I will take it. Wasn't quite that low yet. I was just checking for anything that we could take off this thing as we moved into other stuff. But with Watt distracted, Tisk kind of gives a growling like dismissal and will follow along with Thule, being sure to retrieve his shield on the way as I shoulder the sniper rifle back up.
All right, so traveling in the direction that Tisk said. Now that Tisk remembers the location, you guys part. I think I've got everybody. You guys part the sea of droids and come to another area.
You have everybody but Shug.
Guys,
Back with the droid.
wait up! You see how fast he is. He's like, put. All right, so you come to another area. Tisk, roll me another check to see if you remember the pattern of patrols in this area.
Watt is going to remember that Tisk asked him to do something and not remember what it was, and so he'll give him guidance instead.
Okay, that is a total of an 18. If that is a failure, let me know.
It is not. As you are continuing forward, looking down this one area, you guys see in opposite directions patrols that are walking away from you as you guys are slicing the cake, as it were, between these two patrols. You see what they're guarding in the distance of 2 energy generators, which you should be able to see.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do I crush them now, or do we wait? As Thule indicates both generators with his hammer.
Wait.
So you come to an area.
Fine.
You come to an area covered by this glowing energy field, this energy dome. The ground underneath the dome is flat.
We established prior that it was like a lift, right?
He said it was
Beneath
a
the dome.
hatch. Dude said it was a hatch.
So we'll start looking for the hatch.
I
So-
will head on forward and keep
Who
moving. trying to
goes
get
through the
further away
barrier
from
first?
Droid.
What do I know about these types of energy shields? Can I make a check to see what the effect is going to be?
Yeah.
Is this like the type of like Gungan energy shield where you can just walk through it?
We'll roll and we'll determine.
I rolled an 18.
18.
Wait, that's not right. Hang on. It's higher than that. It's that's actually a 20, dirty 20.
With a dirty 20, you're about 80-20% sure it's not going to kill anybody if you walk through.
I tell the group that. I'm about 80% sure it's not going to vaporize us.
As you say that, Watt is stepping through.
All right, what? As you
Roll a D100.
as you step through, there is a little bit of a resistance as your hair starts standing up on end in the static charge of this barrier. Roll me
Oh no, I look like a palm ski.
roll me a Constitution saving throw.
12.
12. As you walk through,
I'm gonna use my inspiration on that.
okay.
Much better. 21.
As you walk through and the static discharge, you guys watch as his hair does stand on end. As he's like, it looks like he's touching one of the Tesla balls. His hair just goes poof, walking through this energy field. The static discharge going off, but linking between hair and hair as it maps over his body. You feel tingly, but as the energy settles in your mouth with whatever sci-fi fillings you have, you taste metal, and then your tongue goes numb as you cross through the barrier.
Now, numb tongue? You have numb tongue?
I'm already over at the hatch.
Like Watt is on a mission.
Hold on, little buddy. And Thule's following you in.
All right, roll me a Constitution saving throw, Thule.
Let's roll better. Con save. Normal. Did it do it? Yes. 17.
Didn't you have like something against electricity for a Hurlik?
Only when I'm raging, I do.
Well, I think you have resistance. Anyway, so as you go through, you get shocked and you feel like as the electricity goes over your blubberous frame, your right arm feels a little numb, a little shock. So,
2 down. I will push in as well.
all right, everyone that walked through, give me a Constitution saving throw, and any droid that goes through is not affected.
God damn it. All right, here we go.
16.
I rolled a 7.
So all the fleshies that walk through, both of you feel the discomfort as if, whizzing on an electric fence. It's not really damaging, but it's not very comfortable. As each of you, strictly role playing wise, receives
Your fucking country is showing, dude.
What?
Peeing on a cattle fence.
I've done it. It hurts.
Jesus Christ.
Your country's showing, brother.
It fucking hurts. That's all I gotta say. So, as you're going through, Tisk, whatever appendage that Trandoshan would have, it feels. Each of you feels like different body parts have gone numb walking through as the electricity settles on you.
Like a gnashing of teeth, so to speak, as Tisk just kind of like pushes through and moves on.
So walking through the dirt of what was once the floor of this freighter, you see where the debris has been moved away, and what obviously is a pretty large hatch that is closed and sealed.
Unless one of you would like to jack into this, I'm happy to try to crack it open.
Why don't you let me take a crack at it first, and then if it doesn't work, break away. So what's the situation here? Is it a mechanical thing or is it like a tech thing?
You do see a access port.
Because if this is like a slicing thing, I'll cede to Watt. But if it's
You can slice it, or you can try to crack it open mechanically. It's your choice. Or you can get Thule to use his strength.
I feel like there's a solid 20 seconds where Watt and I argue about the best way to go about it.
As we're arguing, I'm pulling out my slicer's kit.
All right, fine. I didn't want to get my hands dirty anyway. Go ahead.
25.
25. So sticking your oh god, it escapes me again. Your computer spike into the access point and turning it. It's like it rotates very much like R2D2. Very easy. Crack the code, and almost like as it pops open, it's almost like hermetically sealed as air pops out, blowing dust away.
I look towards Thule and go to help roll this thing over. Is it like a latch popping up? Or
Yeah,
shifting?
it's
Okay.
latch popping up very easily. You guys lift it, and it hinges up. And you see a set of stairs leading down into the darkness.
I can't see too well down there, but I'm happy to lead the way if you'd like.
I can see just fine.
As Thule fishes around and grabs a glow rod out of his pack and hooks it to his vest, or his jacket, sorry.
What do I see in the darkness?
The key question is, do you attack the darkness?
I very well might. This is what we're talking about.
So, looking down into the darkness, you see a floor below you, several feet, as I activate something real quick.
The glow rod is 20 bright and 20 dim, just lighting purposes moving forward if it becomes necessary.
It's a torch.
Yep. I'm in darkness.
Whoa, where'd it go? I'm in a wall. Oh, there we go. Nice.
As you guys
I'm
step.
deeper into darkness.
So what does the glow rod do?
20 bright and 20 dim.
Did you grab everybody
Did you
but Shug again?
Did you guys get moved? Because I don't see anything.
I think you left Shug again.
Yeah, because it's dark and you don't have low light vision.
No. I see. Like I'm still on the main map with the
20
little
bright. You said 20
swirling
bright, 20 dim.
20 bright, 20 dim. Yes, sir.
By the time Shug is like, fine, I didn't want to get my hands dirty anyway, like turns away, and by the time he like turns back around, everybody's like heading down. He's like, wait.
correct. Yep.
Where did I leave Shug? No, Shug's there. Is he?
Okay. Well, I don't have vision on anything then.
Where's
Seems
Shug?
right.
Alex, and I see the droid, and I see Watt, and Tisk, and no Shug.
I'll reload. I guess maybe that's the problem.
Shug is there.
Bill, if I could trouble you to set my dark
Oh,
vision.
no, Shug is not there. I found Shug.
You bastard.
You're so dang small.
He is so dang small. That is the problem. He's a little guy.
Tiny little dude.
There he is. There, you're there.
Thank
Could
you.
I trouble you to set my dark vision to 60 feet, please?
You should be able to do it yourself, but I will fix that. Vision. Let's see.
I don't have the
Dark
ability
vision.
to edit that.
Vision
on the
range
turn.
60. Yeah, it's there.
All right. Well,
Dark vision
Interesting.
60 feet. Yeah, you can see 60 feet.
it says dark vision 60.
Yep. But also he's got a lamp on. So as you step out into the darkness and the lamps, you start seeing red lights light up as several droids step out from the darkness around you. And you hear the rhythmic clanking as they step forward. And then from the opposite end, you hear a robotic tremble, as I can't do binary squawk or anything like that. This robotic trill, 80s style trill of robotic interface, as a very decorated, very interesting looking droid steps up. And in Galactic Basic, hold on, we can talk peacefully. There is
Yeah,
no
I can
further
barely-
need of violence.
What?
Already talks less than Jude. I'll hear him out.
As you're saying this, you guys are being... The bots shift themselves around the room as one large junk behemoth inside this relatively small space moves around. Two other junk bots shadowing your position at the base of the steps as this droid steps forward. I have listened to your conversation with the want-to-be maker. You seek what I seek.
Tisk, what's the radius on a grenade?
Isn't it 10 feet?
It is, 10 foot radius.
Radius.
Yep.
All right, cool. As soon as he starts talking and these two get within 30 feet of each other, Alexander goes, thunk, and it's on.
On that note-
dexterity save from both of them.
On that note, we will take our break here, and we will come back to this mess.
I support this decision entirely. By the way.
I'm here for it.
So,
Oh,
so
no.
just for clarification purposes, is this an imp bot? Is that what we've come to learn? I don't know the lingo. very
No.
well.
No, this is a Trade Federation.
This
tactical
predates the
droid.
Empire.
I do know that the Trade Federation aligned with the Empire in their original Seed for Power, because I read that part. I've been trying to do some homework and getting ready. So, would Thule
You've seen-
have negative connotations towards this bot?
Oh, I guess that'd be up to Thule.
With your background being like a smuggler, like not
one,
not for any
be-
specific reason, no.
So being a Herglick, anything pro imp means enslavement of my people and conquering of my trade routes.
I mean, yeah, in general, the Trade Federation are dickbags and nobody likes them. So, like, yeah, you can be generally, like, angry at them or towards them.
Generally angry. And they aligned with the Empire, right? I read that correctly in my.
They kind of
Yeah,
got absorbed
research.
into them. Everything became the Empire.
So they were at war with the Old Republic. When the Old Republic fell and became the Empire conquered them almost immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Darth Sidious was pulling the pieces from behind the scenes.
Yeah,
and
right.
You see,
manipulating both.
you see, Sean, Darth Sidious was Palpatine.
Right.
What?
Nani?
Spoilers.
And somehow he returned.
Yeah, he returned.
Oh,
Okay,
worst
so
line ever.
Okay,
well, the thing is, how he returned was so cool, but they didn't go into it. Anyway, so we are pausing here. We are taking a break, and we'll be right back.
Mixed feelings. Let's do it.
All right, we are back, and where we last left off, I believe you are launching a grenade.
Oh, yeah, he's throwing a grenade. Yep. I was like, wait, where did we leave? Oh, fuck.
Yep, I would like a dexterity saving throw from each of them, please.
Yeah, you do.
Where are you landing the grenade?
Right in between them. It has a 10-foot radius, so it will be able to hit them both.
Okay, so you're only hitting the junk bot and the tactical droid.
Correct.
These two. Yeah.
No, Shaq, the other two.
Oh.
The big bot and
The ones you can't see because
Oh, that's why. Okay, I can't. Okay, I can't see anything. Yeah.
You should be able to see.
No, I mean, I see. I don't see that far.
Okay, so that's an 18 for the tactical droid,
Okay.
and that is a 12 for the junk bot.
The junk bot will fail. Sis, could I trouble you to roll that damage? Because I'm holding something together to glue, and it's
Yeah.
not setting, and I'm pissed at it.
I can do that.
And I'm pissed at it.
Perhaps. Hold on. The damage.
It's a lot of dice.
Normal roll. God, I am not allowed to roll damage rolls anymore tonight. Jesus Christ. That's a 5 on 2d10.
Okay. So the big guy takes 5, and the other guy takes half.
That's what you get for letting Jacob roll your dice.
Yep. You should know better by now.
Love you, buddy.
But you have baby power on your chest. I feel like it has to amplify something at some point.
Only if I had a sonic grenade would that be helpful.
No,
that's
please
fair.
don't. God, no.
Or perhaps a gas grenade.
Also, no.
Grown man baby poops.
All right. So this grenade lands between them, goes off. As soon as it does, all the other droids draw weapons and go into an attack position as the junk behemoth takes the brunt of the damage. I need you guys are already on it. I need initiative rolls from everybody.
No, that's a nat 1 for a total of 2.
And Alexander will be right after what?
Dooley fumbles his glow rod and drops it, and as he's picking it up, all this shit is going down.
Bill, I do have a quick question. I should have 120-foot dark vision. How do you? Trying to remember how to adjust range of
The
dark.
player can't. It has to be the GM.
I'm using my bad feeling ability and moving my speed before we don't roll initiative. And is this a thing, like a thing I can hide behind? It looks like it is.
It is not.
It's not. What is it?
It's just you're talking about the stairs you guys are on. Just a set of stairs.
No. Over here. Bud.
Oh. Yeah.
It's like a tube or something I can hide behind.
Yes, you can hide behind that.
Keeping in mind that I'm like a foot tall. My initiative's a 6, by the way.
No, I don't want to roll it. You want your droid to go before you?
Yes, preferably.
All right, starting off beginning combat. As this happens, this junk droid runs forward 5, 10, 15, 20. He also hits play on the party mix as a bonus action.
Nice.
We'll give that free action. That boosts everybody's morale.
As
What a guy, right?
he comes in as 2 vibroblades come out from his hands, and he will take 2 vibroblade swings at what?
Okay.
So that is going to be 2 rolls. That's a 9,
picturing
a 9,
the
and a
stabby
5.
robot.
Neither of those will hit.
Yeah, so you bobbing and weaving because he's coming
I'm
in.
picturing that stabby robot from Futurama.
I don't even look. Like, I'm not even looking at him. I'm like, oh, piece of candy. And just...
Watch out, Fry! I'm going to be using my stabbing hand.
Yes, that one. Stand back. I gotta practice my stabbing.
Stand back! I got to practice my stabbing. I was a Futurama fan.
Yeah, nobody could tell.
Let's see. So that
Nick Ronaldo's
is
car, all alumni.
now it's Watt's turn as you're sitting here. Oh, look, a penny.
I launch a brain fart. I rolled the wrong thing. So that was a 14 plus... I don't remember how to play this game. A 19 to hit the tactical droid with a detonator.
Yay, detonator.
Do I hit the tactical droid?
Would you roll?
19 total.
19, you do hit.
All right. And I need a dexterity saving throw. Or no, never mind. Sorry. Words. 6 points of fire damage.
6 points of fire damage.
9. I know how to read. God damn, I'm tired.
9 or 6?
9.
9. Sorry.
So,
Apologies.
59.
so the 6
10.
upside down.
Yeah, 6 upside down. Thank you. There's no dot. I got confused. And as I'm like loading in the capacitor, I look at Shug, who's not there anymore, but I look over to like show Shug that I learned the thing, and there's an accidental as another thing flies out of my pop lad as I launch a Colto pack at Thule.
All right.
Not much for
Oh.
3 points.
As you launch this detonator and it flies up, how much? And it hits it for a 19. How much damage did you do to it?
9. The upside down 6.
Upside down 6. So you hit it, boom, and this detonator just blows into his armor, and he goes back and he looks at you. Dead at you as his 3 eyes kind of center in on you. Using a tech power, element of surprise, you see him, his little panel opens up, and another detonator charge flies out at you as a reaction.
Bro, this is hellish rebuke. That's what this is.
Okay.
So you expel a sabotage charge at a creature that attacked you. The creature must make a dexterity saving throw.
You got it. 17.
17. So you make the DC, so you're going to take half of this. 2d10 fire damage. So that is going to be a 13. So you take half 13. So round it down. You take 6.
Got it.
That-
Okay, so bonus action. I use the Culto Pack power on Thule, giving him 3 points of healing. As it, like, the canister of Culto bounces off the ground and accidentally hits Thule. Then we'll end my turn, going to Alexander's turn.
What have
Alexander's
you
gonna
been
look-
rolling for what to see if he remembers or he gets distracted?
It's what I feel like doing when I do it.
What do you normally roll?
I think it's all.
It depends on what I'm feeling like at the time.
So if he had to remember something he was told right now, what would he like roll?
If it has to do with technology, probably a tech check. I know what I know about the data pad. Like,
Let's see if
Wada's
you
just
guys
busy
forgot
doing
about
other- No. Wada's just busy doing other shit. And then Alexander is going to slash, die +5, and is going to miss, and that will be his turn.
All right. So next up after Alexander, the I do that at least once a podcast. The junk behemoth steps up in position, slamming both its ape-like hands down, and the stabilizers firing out of its hands into the Duracrete floor and grabbing on like a glitter boy from Riffs.
What the fuck did you just say?
Those, those were
gonna Google that and
words
see what
that
comes
I
up.
don't know how those fit together, but I'm gonna just
Rip.
nod and say,
Riffs is
okay.
Riffs is an old 80s RPG, tabletop RPG, post-apocalyptic, and they have these class called Glitter Boys, which these guys that wear power suits, and it fires a fucking railgun, and when you fire it, it has to fire 6-foot pistons into the ground to keep it stabilized.
Well, all right
I
then.
see a picture of them. They are intense.
So that's my fault for thinking you guys were as cultured as me of playing Riffs.
Rifts for Savage Worlds is really good.
I hear it's really good. I want to play it. I hear Savage Worlds did it justice. So it clamping down into the Durasteel, it flips, its head flips over, the head folding into its chest like a transformer. The giant artillery cannon coming out of its back, pointing towards you guys. As it takes aim, a single fire target. It's gonna let's see. It's gonna aim at the biggest target. As it fires,
Oh, thank God.
it's gonna fire 2 rounds. So yeah, it's gonna choose 2 different targets. First up is Thule. That's a natural 1 as the thing goes wide, and in the wall behind Tisk is a massive explosion as it misses. Calibrating its next shot, it aims at Watt. I'm pretty sure that's gonna miss too, because I am rolling for Shizet. Okay. That's a 12.
That will miss.
All right. So that's its round as its big scuffed run. Tisk, why are you dead?
I have no idea. My
Great
HP keeps
question.
getting like adjusted in ways that I don't understand. Like I haven't taken a hit yet, but like it keeps getting shifted around from something. I
That's
don't
weird.
really know what.
I just had to reset the whole thing because my character sheet blanked. I didn't have any powers at all.
Shog, it's your turn. Or not, Shog, Tisk.
Yeah, so I'm going to run up this direction. I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Getting to here and drawing my blaster, my heavy pistol. I am going to take a shot at this one and double check this. Yeah, so start with a shot. Nice. Dirty 20.
You hit, and you did not throw away your shot.
I certainly did not, as I am making that a use of my superiority die to make a pushing attack.
Okay.
To add to the damage roll, it needs to make a DC 13 strength saving throw.
Damn, that sounds young, scrappy, and hungry.
10.
Oh my god.
Just like his country. Pretty sure he failed with a 10.
Fantastic. So he is going to take, these damage rolls are freaking killing me, man. He's going to take a grand total of 7 points of damage on 1d8 plus 1d4 plus 3.
Oof.
And he is pushed 15 foot away from me.
Which, do you choose the direction or just straight back?
I'm just going with straight back away from me. So towards big guy over there. And as he goes back, I reholster the pistol and chuck a grenade with my bonus action that is going to land right on top of him and catch him and big guy here.
I'm getting Mandalorian vibes.
So that is going to be, what was that? That's a DC 14 dexterity saving throw from both of them.
First up, the big guy. That is a 14.
Okay, he will barely save.
And the junk droid, that is a 14 as well.
Well, that was a significantly better roll that time. So on a near
Yeah.
max damage roll, they're both going to take 9 points of kinetic damage. I'll take that.
Nice.
One dies flat out from that. By the way, talking about Star Wars series, about the first 3 episodes of Andor, very good.
I
I'm
just
anxious to watch.
started season 1 last night. I know I've been needing to catch up on it. It's been on my to-do list.
Andor's really good.
I've heard it's really good. I like how it's setting up.
It's
even
the
just in
most non-Star Warsy Star Wars TV show I've seen. You know, it's a weird way to put it that way, but it's really good. It doesn't follow any of the traditional tropes and what's the word I'm looking for? Methods.
Yeah. Got a different feel. Different
Yes.
vibe.
All right. Is
Cool.
that your
that will end my turn.
so Shug bot?
Okay, who has the tablet?
I do.
Okay. Do I know that he has the tablet? Can I see the tablet on you?
Nope.
Would
Watt is gonna pull it out above table.
Yeah, but Shug doesn't trust you.
would
It's
Shug
a
have
bit.
noticed when Watt grabbed it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was kind of the whole point.
Okay,
where,
so
like,
then Shug would know that Watt has it. If he would have seen him grab it from Jude.
it's fine. I really can't interact with him with this droid sitting here anyway. So I'm just gonna move my droid into position, and he's gonna make a shock prod attack. Okay. I rolled a 16 on the die plus 3. Okay, that's a 19 to hit the droid.
The little junk droid in front of you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you definitely hit it.
Great. And this is ion/lightning damage, and he's taking max damage of 4 points.
Nice.
But if he's not ion shielded, that's 8.
That's 8. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Okay, and then as a bonus action, my droid is going to use. Wait, is the help action a bonus action? Hang on, I
No.
think.
Depends. Sometimes it is, depending upon the character.
Yeah. At second level, your companion can take the help action as a bonus action, but it can only help you in this way. So, okay, yeah, it's taking the help action and painting a target for me. And then the droid's turn is over. Shug is going to close the distance to Watt.
Is he closing the
10,
distance?
15 Shut up.
He's closing for speed.
When I get here, I'm going to split my movement. When I get here, I'll go ahead and take a melee, or not a melee shot, a blaster shot at him.
With the people
With
around you, you're
advantage?
definitely not alone.
14.
Not alone in this
Okay.
time of need.
With advantage, I rolled an 18 to hit,
You definitely hit.
and I get the sneak attacks because of my droid.
Oh, yeah, they can do it as a bonus action.
Yep.
Neat. I thought that was class ability for you. My bad.
No, all good. I got 9 points of damage on this guy. Oh, sorry, plus 2, so 11 points of damage
7
total.
points of damage. Ooh. What are you hitting them with?
My little wrist blaster,
All right,
aiming for the fleshy parts.
you shoot the cutest little wrist blaster in the world, and it hits the head, and you see "Ping," and a little piece of smoke. But you made a little hole, but out the other end is this massive hole as the thing crumbles and dies.
Hell yeah.
And
And then-
Naruto just learned the Rasengan for the first time. Got it.
I don't know what those words mean.
Now you get to experience what we experienced earlier with your fucking. I don't even remember the words you.
All
This-
right, we're
this
gonna
works. Glitter
Rift
Boys or
Boys?
whatever.
Was it Rift Boys?
Glitter Boys.
Glitter Boys.
Glitter Boys,
Okay.
yes.
They're called Glitter Boys
They're at the
because
Pink
their
Pony Club,
armor.
sorry.
They're called Glitter Boys because the power armor is mirror finished, so it glitters in the sunlight.
Oh my god.
And they just keep dancing at the Pink Pony Club.
Yeah, but
Yes.
if you saw what a glitter boy looks like, they're pretty badass looking.
And then as a free action, I'm gonna say, "What? Use a data pad."
What? What are you doing?
What?
So when did Shug become Mickey from Rocky? Use the data pad, you bum!
That's great. I'm trying to remember any of his fucking lines in the movie, and
You just say bum a lot. That's what it is.
Yeah.
All right, is that the end of your round?
That's my turn. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm done.
All right, so all right, so you see the tactical droid before taking a step back. Oh yeah, he only has one left. He looks at the other droid. He looks at the behemoth, and you just see binary as he launches out in a string of binary.
What's he say?
Exactly, I was about to get to that. As Watt is the only person that speaks binary, he is calling in target information, and you see the droid kind of focus in and zero in on you guys as he casts Stack the Deck, a tech power, on the only remaining droid, which is, and then he will step back 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and that will be that's his action. Thule.
So Thule is going to stand up from picking up this glow rod and look around and see everybody charges lobbed back and forth between Watt and then the dead droids, smoking fizzing out of their.
Wait. We're still in the first round. How many grenades have been thrown? Because the bad guy threw one.
That's a good question.
I think it's just a two, right?
Two.
No.
Yeah,
No,
Tisk threw
Tisk
one.
definitely threw one.
Tisk threw one. Watt threw one.
Watt opened with one before we started. If we're counting the detonators, there's the detonator that Watt then threw.
There's a detonator, a grenade from Watt, then a grenade from Tisk, and then a grenade from the bad guy. So that's 4 grenades in 6 seconds.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I'm punching holes in droids' heads with my little blaster.
So all of this explosion is going on, and Thule just stands up casually and looks around for the first time, seeing what's actually going on since he dropped his glow rod and decided to roll a 1 on his initiative. So he looks up and, oh, we're doing this. And he will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, move up here, taking his glow rod with him since it's connected to his chest, and he will look both directions and see the big guy and then see the mastermind guy, and he will bonus action Friznok's instinct to leap here, unfortunately putting other people in darkness, but he is focused, and he is going to smash this guy with his fucking hammer. Let's move that down to 0 because we're going to use that. This one here. And as he recklessly swings, that's a nat 20 to hit. So I need a DC 13 dex save on the big guy.
That is a 4.
All right. He will not save. He will become shocked.
Sean, reminder that the damage on this is max on the first die, and then the second die.
I rolled that wrong. I'm sorry. So that is 10 plus a d10.
So we used to say shooketh. So is he shocketh?
He is shocketh. Do I get to double the d4 as well? So is it a 4 plus another d4? Okay, so 10 plus 3 for 13 plus 6, I believe.
6 shocking damage.
That's supposed to work. No, for the kinetic damage we have 19 points of damage for the kinetic damage. For the shocking damage we have 4 plus 2, 6. So
all right.
19 kinetic and 6 shocking or lightning.
All right, welling into this behemoth droid. So again.
Wailing hard.
You do significant damage as it starts to shake from the electricity from your electric hammer, or electric mace.
Could you roll a d20 and see if I take off a limb?
That is true. You roll the d20.
Oh, I rolled a d20. Sorry, d20.
Tell me if you get another crit.
I forgot about that part.
Oh,
it's so close. So close.
Damn it!
It's gonna happen eventually. All right, and that's the end of Thule's round. Back up to the dead drunk droid. Then it's Watt's turn.
All right.
The dead drunk droid.
Watt is going to let me select him, maybe. Yep. He is going to double his speed.
There you go, Sonic.
What's that?
You go, Sonic.
Yeah. As I run to there, pulling out the data pad and looking back at Shug, who's probably blind now, and saying, I know. And I will get to there and activate the data pad.
Okay.
As an action, and then
all of them are within range.
Yeah, that's why I moved there. Actually, I could go all the way there and like hide behind the thing.
Okay, each of them gets a saving throw, which they both fail. They are slow.
All right. I'm going to end my turn, and then Alexander is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to get to there, take a look at the mastermind, and take a shot, which he threw away. That will be a total of 7 to hit, which will miss. And that will be the end of Alexander's turn.
That will be the end of Alexander.
Oh no!
Certainly hope not.
Did he throw away his shot?
He did.
Viva la revolution.
All right, the Junkbot, angry at Thule hitting him, that folds back into his regular form, putting the cannon away as it brings both fists down on Thule, which seems to be targeting him a little bit more accurately thanks to the stacked deck ability. So that is going to be a 27 to hit on one and a 22 to hit on the other.
You only have to beat a 13. You don't have to rub it in.
So, and that is going to be, let's see, 2. Oh, that's almost max damage on that.
Damn it.
20 points of damage.
Total?
Yep.
Fuck.
So, as you all notice, Thule running forward, his cheeks are not red, and he is not red and black. He is still very much white and black. And the
I was
20 points of
wondering about
damage hits real hard.
Oof.
So, Fisk, is now your turn. As you see Bully get walloped twice.
Yeah. That's Tisk was like already lining up for what he was planning on doing here, and he drops the shield and takes a couple of sniper rifle shots. Instead of both of them being at the boss guy, sorry, excuse me for a second. The first one is going to be at the big bot.
Nice cameo, Q. Nice cameo. That was solid. 16?
16 on the big bot, yes.
16 damage on the big bot.
To hit.
16 to hit. Oh, yeah, you hit. Wait, you guys keep calling them both the big bot. Are you hitting the tactical bot or the behemoth?
Behemoth.
Okay.
For
yes,
the first shot.
you hit.
Nice.
With a much more solid shot from the sniper rifle this time.
14 points of damage.
You're going to have to give me just a second.
No, it's fine. Take your time. You have a new baby. It's completely fine.
Q trying to make a full appearance here on the stream.
Yep. And you can be a proud papa of a mini from Board Game Boss if you go to their website right now and check them out.
God damn it, that's terrible, and I love it.
If you sign up for the email list, you get 15% off your first order.
Part of me just died a lot.
Your one-stop shop for all things tabletop. Board Game Boss.
No, I just died a little. I'm not saying that on my stream.
That's what I'm saying.
Derek will say it for you. Full disclosure, do have several things from Board Game Boss. Legit products.
Thanks,
Actively use them on a daily.
One of the things from Board Game Boss is they just recently printed off a mini of this great VTuber named Alazif with Book of the Dead Gaming. You can catch him. You can catch him on the Twitch channel Book of the Dead _ where he paints and plays video games badly. You can choose which one he does badly.
Sorry about that. Lost his mind as soon as I started talking.
Mama, not
Yeah.
mama.
Very much as we have established a number of times, my tits suck. So
The title of this episode, My Tits
I
Suck.
mean, take that how you will. He's not happy about mine. So you know,
Gabe
there you
had to
go.
leave. Oh no.
Bet, title of this episode, My Tits Suck.
Oh my god.
Gabe, your tits are amazing. Please come back.
You're goddamn right they are.
So that was 14 points of sniper rifle damage into the behemoth.
Yep, we got it, Chief.
Cool. Hoping that is enough to have helped Thule out in this situation, I go back to the main target and I'm going to action surge to make a second attack on the tactical bot
All right,
for a 17 to hit.
17 is definitely going to hit.
Cool. For 9 points of energy damage.
All right, 9 points of energy damage.
And then I am going to run forward. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, no, I'm just from there. I will then drop the sniper rifle. It's energy expended for the moment, and I will lob another grenade directly on top of the tactical droid. So another DC 14 dexterity saving throw.
7.
Cool. That wasn't by chance a nat 1, was it?
It was not.
Okay. One of these days, somebody's gonna nat one a saving throw. On
I thought it already happened.
Somebody has not happened yet. Hasn't happened yet, but we'll get there someday.
I believe.
So that is going to be another frag grenade. Pretty solid. 14 points of fragmentation damage.
Okay, as the tackle droid takes the brunt of the explosion, blowing off pieces of its armor. He is smoking and smoldering hot. That.
Sexy.
He just said that.
Droid. He's so hot right now.
I will.
So hot right now.
I will go ahead and dash up. Just using my movement here, I'm gonna go up behind this, or if this is anything that I can kind of like get some cover behind.
It's one of those big, round, flat Trade Federation chairs.
Sure. I'm going up and kind of just like however much of me it covers or doesn't, whatever. I'm going up to run up behind it to close the distance with that, and that will end my turn.
So you're closing the distance?
I am, in fact, closing the distance.
Sure.
Now, don't go covering that nice droid. Or do. Fucking care. Sorry. I forgot that's more of an inside joke at this point. I apologize.
It is, but I appreciated it.
Northern Ireland is wild. That's all I have to say.
They're talking about the land of my people.
I almost made a religious comment. I'll refrain.
No, you can go ahead. That's fine.
I move my droid up. He's gonna use a little. He's gonna use a little detonation thing too. A detonator spell. Wait. Yeah, make a ranged attack. Okay, so I rolled a 15 to hit the tactical droid.
You do hit.
Cool. He takes D6 fire. That's 4 points of fire damage.
Is that our 5th explosive device? In this,
Yes.
In
2
hull
rounds.
of this decrepit ship?
In 2 rounds, there's been 5 grenades thrown. No, 6.
Explosives.
That was number 6? My apologies, I miscounted.
All right. So he took the fire damage. Droid's turn is over. Now it's Shook's turn. He's going to move up 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to take his bonus action to dash as well.
Okay.
15, 20, 25. Okay. And I'm also covering behind this Trade Federation chair. But it's way more effective because it's like above my head.
It's super effective.
I'm going to take a blaster shot at dude here.
All right.
But I do not have advantage because no one's adjacent to him. Oh, it's a 19.
You do hit.
Hell yeah. So I don't get my sneak attack. I just get my regular damage, which is not great. Okay, it's going to be 4 points of blaster damage, whatever blaster damage is.
With
kinetic.
4 points of damage, he had 3 left. Shook. How are they going to report this on the holodeck?
So you guys see the detonator go off and like its chest plate peels apart, and Shug is able to like pinpoint aim with his little wrist blaster and like fries the innards, kind of like when you see Grievous die from Obi-Wan's blaster shots in the chest, where it like spreads throughout.
Nice.
Yeah.
So as he dies, all of you hear this loud, ear-piercing binary gibberish squawk come out of his basically his death throes around you. As this binary squawk comes up, this giant behemoth Thule, bringing both its fists up like a silverback gorilla, like it's coming down. It brings its fists down, boom, on either side of you, stares at you for a second, and then starts walking to the stairs.
So mad. If I just put both sniper shots into him, I probably would have had him last round.
So never mind. No, Tule's not raging. He's thinking clearly, so he's not going to attack this thing.
Hisk just looks down at Shug.
What?
Those points were mine. And I will just run up and like start trying to find something to take as a trophy off of this thing.
It's always about the points with you.
So Thule behind you guys, as this thing slams its fist down on either side of him, and you see him rear back with his hammer, and it walks away, and the weight of the hammer actually pulls Thule back, and he falls on his ass.
So as that happens, the explosion in the like Tisk is tearing something out of the creature's chest, and Shug's like, "No, that was my kill." And like Watt is just confused, and he stands up, and a charge launches out of his pop lad that he had loaded in there for next round, and he's like, "Oh!" and it bounces off the floor, off the chair, off the back of the junk droid, and lands underneath Thule as Thule falls onto a med pack. You can now use your action to restore roll
1d6
3
plus
dice
3?
equal to the size of your hit die and regain hit points equal to the amount rolled plus your constitution modifier.
Ooh, that's a hefty one.
Yeah,
What is that?
that is
What
an
are mine?
improved med pack.
Okay, okay, cool.
What are my hit die? D12s. Okay, so 3d12 plus my con mod.
Yes, sir.
Dang.
Shit. All right.
Yeah.
And I can make these.
That's awesome. Yeah, my droid has the little back-to-pack spell, which is a d6 plus 3. It's basically like a heal.
Yeah, I've got the spells too, but these things are so much more efficient.
Yeah.
Yes.
In combat.
So Thule falls on his ass and then sits on this thing and feels it and reaches under as he's like as his head's about to hit the ground. And he grabs and he's Thorazine, sweet release, and he stabs himself in the ass with it like they do in a mental hospital, and injects himself, and instead heals for 3d12 plus 2.
You speak from experience, buddy?
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
As you do, I'm like, can I have that back, please?
You gotta reuse needles.
So as he heals for 25 and feels significantly better, but still not up to full par, as we were at, on a scale from 1 to B's, we were at 8. And Thule tosses the syringe back to you. Thanks. Not what I expected.
What is that spell
but
that's the
still
opposite of blight? Bless?
Bless.
Yeah, basically the ability stack to deck is bless.
Yeah. If Thule had been
Right on.
raging, that wouldn't have been too bad, but he was at 28 when you hit him for 20, so...
It gave him
was
a
close.
it gave him a plus 1d4 to hit, and he could target 3 creatures, but you guys killed the other 2, so he just targeted himself in the behemoth.
So at this point, Watt is going over and totally scavenging for parts on this tactical droid.
The tactical
Right.
droid is a little bit more put together than all the other droids. As in, they were bringing him the best parts. But what were you saying, Jacob?
So Tisk is already at the droid, determined to take a trophy from this kill, and he is already removing the head
Okay.
when you get there.
By the way, Shug continues the conversation. He's like, can I give you my points? You can have my points. I don't fucking care.
Doesn't work that way. Like
You
Tisk
take
is
the
like,
head and I'm like,
Tisk is
can I have what's inside?
Tisk is like clearly agitated at this notion that you can give him your points. Like,
The funny
just-
thing is, I knew that would be your reaction.
just so mad that you would even.
That's excellent.
Those of you that are scavenging the tactical droid, you find combined 150 credits worth of prime or superior droid parts.
Oh, it's fancy.
I take those.
And you find the head of a Trade Federation tactical droid. Just put that in your inventory.
Cool. Yeah, I got the head. You can have the rest of it.
Yeah.
That's fine. You probably like look at Watt and be like, "What's that?" And he goes, "Ooh," and forgets about the head.
Yeah.
I want to core out the head and make sure it's not a threat.
Okay. So, as you take the head and the droid parts, you hear as the behemoth, as the hatch opens up and it squeezes itself
That's pretty good, Bill.
back out of the hatch. Sunlight from outside leaking in. But as you guys are scavenging and doing what you are in this room, you do see that there is an active console in the back where the tactical droid was stationed when you guys first came in.
All right, let's shut the rest of this down, and I walk over to it.
Thule is still laying on his back. He has not moved. He's awake. He's conscious. He's able to respond to you all, but he has not moved. He's just relaxing.
He's jubaying it.
He is. This is a really weird character for me to play, of like completely sitting out looting after a battle. This is not.
Yeah, does it feel weird?
Not my inner rogue.
Dude,
My
I
inner rogue is very chagrined at all of this.
had such a blast playing Jubei because he was totally opposite of anything I've ever played.
I understand your pain, Sean.
Thank you.
That's kind of how I feel about Watt right now.
Total opposite of everything you've ever played. So refreshing. So as Shug, as you go up to this interface of this Trade Federation ship, it's in the amber-like display. You know the color I'm
Yeah.
talking about? It's
Yeah.
the classic display type Clone Wars display. You do see
Yes.
a trail of arrows going from one planet to another, and then repeating.
Okay. Is this the like this thing's fucking battle plans to take over the sector? Like, what am I looking at?
What skill do you want to look at to determine what he was doing?
Oh shit. Okay. Hang on. Let me look at my sheet here. Okay, so I don't get to use it super often, so I have a decent lore knowledge, and so I want to use my 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 Star Wars lore. I want to use my Star Wars history knowledge to see if this is like old Clone War programming or if this is like from like current times, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like, are these old Clone War battle plans that I'm looking at? Does that make sense?
It is not a battle plan at all. You see that he has gotten the galactic communication system working on this Trade Federation ship, and he is calling a planet that used to be big within the Trade Federation, but now is a backwater world that's considered a dead world, thanks to stuff that the Empire did. He's calling this planet that you've only heard of one or two times, Geonosis.
Okay, so I rolled. I can roll with that. So I rolled a 15 on my lore check to try to remember what Geonosis is, or if I know anything about it.
You know, it was the planet where the Clone Wars started. It was also the planet of the builders of the droid army. He was calling home.
Yes. So, but I would know that no one's gonna be picking up at home, basically.
Yes, as far as you know, because the Bad Batch didn't tell anybody, or was it the Bad Batch? Well, someone figured the Geonosians are extinct, as far as people know.
Okay, cool. So I'll shut down that program.
Because the Empire nuked their planet or biologically bombed their planet.
Yeah.
Although they did prove that one of the workers took a queen's egg down into the surface. They Enders gamed it.
Yeah, I remember
But
that.
that was in Clone Wars.
Yeah,
That
it
was an Ahsoka episode.
Okay, so looking further at this panel, I just want to kind of get a state of the ship. Is this actually a functional ship, or is it just like he's gotten the power back on, but it's still, there's no way that this could take off?
It's just as Jude said many times. The ship has been stripped down for parts. There's no droid bay. There's no hyperdrive. There's nothing. There's 3 barely functioning generators working, and the communications array.
Cool. Okay. So I'll go ahead and shut that all down and make sure that there's no other. Is there like can I see any other droids? Is there like a camera kind of thing I can access? Anything like that?
Yeah, you have full access to Jude's network.
Oh, okay, cool. So does everything seem to be calm is what I want to know.
You see that they're looking through very quickly. You see that there is no subroutines, no violent subroutines, no attack program, no attack callouts. Nothing. It seems the droids have returned back to their original programming of gathering junk.
Okay, great. Gentlemen, I think our work here is done.
About that time, you hear a familiar voice, one that you've heard very often, yelling down into the hatch. You guys got it? Droids up here seem to be fucking off.
Technical term, fucking off.
Still think he's using too many words.
All right, let's go talk to Jude.
Right about that.
Damn it.
I say with like obvious reluctance.
Right about that time, Watt starts screaming, "Oh no! I'm dying!"
You hear the hatch slam shut.
Right as I started saying that, my dog started howling, and then I woke him up by yelling. I'm like, dang it! I ruined a perfectly good awoo.
All right, so you guys making your way up the stairs, reopening the hatch. You see Jude has backed off away from the hatch. Who's dying? Who's dying? I thought you got him. What's going on?
I got better.
Tis just holds up the head.
Oh, can I have that?
No.
That's fair.
I don't like it. I don't agree with it. But
well, good news is I got my speeder truck that this damn bot stole, and you actually see like a rundown, several different colored panels speeder truck like a few feet behind him. Yeah, when I walked around that junk pile you guys had me hide behind for safety, I found it sitting there. This is what he stole from my house to get here.
So shit.
So I'll tell you what, we took care of it, so I will take care of mine and our buddy's end of the deal. He's like, come on, get in. And he jumps into the driver's seat, and the little bunny droid, gets into the seat beside him. You guys get in the back.
I look at Leap, just waiting for confirmation or
He
affirmation.
looks at you, and he's like, his head goes up and down.
All right. And I trust Leap. So
Tisk will position himself at the back of the truck, as far away from having to listen to anything Jude rambles on about on the way as possible.
Thule will walk over to Tisk and be like, scooch over a bit, bud, and sit right next to you on the back of the truck.
And as soon as Thule sits in the truck, the repulsor lifts like go down about a foot.
Yeah.
And Thule flushes for a moment. You think he's about to rage, but it's really just pink this time, and he's embarrassed.
Oh, it's a Wooly!
Tawuli has returned.
Oh. All right, so as everybody piles into the repulsor truck, he fires it up, and you hear almost like a combustion engine out the back as the smoke comes out of the repulsor engine, and there's a blast as it starts lifting up a little bit. He's like, I do have to fix that. Its calibration's a little off.
That didn't need explaining. Please shut up.
So he takes off, lifting up into the air, going deeper into Braca. As you guys look down, you see several different scrapper skiffs on down on the ground, not really paying attention to what's above them as you guys are flying several hundred feet above the junk. The truck, occasionally you hear the repulsor lift die, like the strength of it go brrr, brrr, and then it picks right back up. Kind of makes your stomachs drop a couple of times as it goes that, but Leap and Jude acts like it's a regular thing.
Every time it happens, Thule is like touching his fingers together and like looking sheepishly down towards his feet, like he is taking full responsibility for the struggle of this truck.
oh, Thule.
Meanwhile, like Tisk like winds up like grabbing onto the side regularly and just looks over at Thule and is like, I don't think this is on you.
So as it gets closer, he dives into this ravine of Braca. As you guys have noticed in Braca since you've been here, there's these deep rutted valleys where it's just filled with starship parts and detritus. As he comes up and rounds this bend, you see an odd, almost impressive sight of an old Clone Wars era ventilator ship that's at an angle. Fully at an angle where it is slid off the surface of a ravine and is down. And aimed almost down like a spearhead, coming down at an angle. And you see Jude look over at Leap and he goes, hit the button. And Leap reaches down and pulls out almost like a little signaling device and click. And you see dust in a distance spray off the surface as the ventilator's bay opens up.
Nice.
As he's flying into this service bay of the ventilator that opens up in the center of the ship. Now watch your heads, because once we get in, the gravity shift is going to be a bitch.
What?
So as soon as you go in, he turns the ship. He tries to turn the skiff as quickly as he can, but surely enough, you guys are slammed into the side as the gravity shifts from the Earth gravity to the gravity well of the ship. As you guys are at an angle, but the gravity is pulling you towards the deck of the ship. So you're basically stuck onto the side of a wall.
Got it.
As he lands, you guys land in this impressive, massive bay that seems to be well kept and well put together. He lands the repulsor truck in the center of these force fields that are blocking off the sides of the bay. As he hits the button, the ventilator doors start to shut above them. Sorry, we gotta keep it shut. I try not to keep it open because I don't want the scrapper guilds to know that this thing's functional. As the sunlight is ooh, boom, and you see the emergency lights start coming on. Doosh, 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 doosh. As it comes on in the distance through the force field, you see 3 ships illuminated, and he stands up very proud with his arms. He goes, "There they are. Get a pic of them, anyone you want."
Tisk just kind of like stands up slowly, like adjusting for the gravity shift and whatnot, but like clearly in awe of how much of all of this is like functional and well kept.
Oh, how did that picture get broken? Oh. All right, so you have your choices here. You have right there, he points to a big ugly ship. He says, you got a YV-929 armored freighter. Now, it's not much to look at, but it can be home. And it's built like a tank. It's a blockade runner. And that one also has a secondary, what's that word I'm looking for? Transponder code. You can actually swap transponder codes on the thing on the fly. It used to belong to a smuggler that owed me a thing or two, if you know what I mean. He's like,
Definitely don't.
that one,
What was the designation on it? YZ what?
YV929 armored transport. He says the one in the middle there, that's the newest model that I got. That one belonged to a friend of mine, and that one is a stealth ship. It's sneaky as hell. The thing even has a small stealth unit in it, if you can believe a ship that small has one. It's a V21.1 Colvex light hullcraft. Very nice. Now the other one's a problem. You're gonna love the armament on it. Don't get me wrong. The thing will punch a hole in a Star Destroyer. But if the Mandalorians catch you with it, they're gonna be on your ass. And you see this ship. You see this ship with the wings pointed straight up. It's a Comrade class fighter.
Hang on, I have a visual aid. It's like this, but
Nice.
then when it lands, the wings do this, and so this is what we're seeing right now.
He says that one's armed to the teeth, but like I said, Mandalorian catches you with it, especially since the glassing of their planet. They're not going to be very happy you have it.
And the first one was the YV929,
Yep,
like straight off Wikipedia.
yep, a blockade runner, heavily armored. It's a smuggler ship. Basically, you guys have a choice. You have a fucking cannon that's going to put a target on your back. You got a fucking stealth ship that's not very strong armament wise or shield wise, or you got a fucking tank.
Yeah.
Watt is already running to the freighter, the first one.
Why did I have a feeling you were gonna love that one? As soon as you saw it, I was like, you're gonna love it.
As soon as Watt became the character instead of the other character I was gonna play, like, because the other character would absolutely be going for the Mandalorian ship. Absolutely.
He sees Watt run for the freighter. He goes, "Oh yeah, that's the one I choose. That one's a moving home. I mean, it ain't got much for armament, but the thing will take a punch."
What is it armed with? Because all I see is a Wikipedia article, and that looks like a lot. Dual ion cannon turrets, dual turbo lasers.
This one has a twin turbo laser battery and a burst laser cannon, and that's it. It does have a secondary. It does have, as he says, it has a barracks, luxury quarters as you're looking around. It does have several fixed hard points where nothing is put on it. It has a Firelink burst fire mounting system, and the most important thing, it does have a secondary transponder code system.
It was often referred to as a flying brick.
Yep, and that is literally what it looks like, is a flying brick.
So give me that same description, but of each of them. Like, what is it equipped
I'll
with?
go through that. So basically, you guys taking your time to look over it.
Yeah,
This
we
one,
would.
this one is it is pretty much how he described it. The armored freighter, it is not much to look at, but it has creature comforts, and it is armored like a tortoiseshell.
How fast is it? Is the question.
Really, it's not the fastest. I mean, it's
How
not the
quickly can
Millennium.
you do the Kessel Run,
Uh,
and in how many units of distance?
Probably
the-
13 parsecs.
the Corvex light hullcraft is what Lars flew in Andor.
No, oh wait, Luthen's ship?
Luthen's ship.
Yeah.
Dude, his ship is so fucking rad. Oh,
So
man.
that is what a hullcraft is. This one's not Luthen's ship, but this is the stealth version of Luthen's ship. It's not armored very well. Doesn't have a lot. It has only one mounted weapon. It has a small crew compartment. It has a boost to the shields, a boost to the engines. Let's see. It has a double laser cannon, which is mounted on the top. It has a deflector armor, deflector shield, only a Type 2 class hyperdrive. It has a direct power coupling. It has a slot for an additional hyperdrive, but it does not have a backup hyperdrive. It has an external docking system. It has deflection plating, and it has a cloaking device and a stealth device installed.
Rad.
So you have the stealth option, which is this ship. Not very strong. It's not going to take a lot of damage, but it can hide.
Yep.
And then you have the Comrec class fighter, which has twin laser cannons, torpedo launchers, a direct power coupling, fuel cell reactor, direct shield, and armor plating, a class 1.0 hyperdrive, comms package, an additional hyperdrive slot with a backup hyperdrive, nav computer, scanner, armory, living quarters, external transportation, adaptive ailerons, deflector plating, a slave circuit unit so you can remotely fly it, sublight drive, Gauss explosive rounds for the laser cannon, 2 hard points for additional cannon mounts if you buy additional cannon mounts, and a slave weapon array where you can link all the firing positions to one seat.
Mandalorians know their shit, man.
Yeah, they do.
By the way, that's how it is on the that I didn't change anything about that fucking ship. That's how they come standard.
Yeah.
So it's a cannon, but you put a target on your back flying it.
And not just from the Mandalorians. Everybody
Everybody
that hears of us is going to be like, whoa, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
But if we put a target on our back, then I could
It's like
get the dark saber.
There you go. Yeah.
So that's
It
your
would be
choice.
Fun.
A lot of firepower and a target, stealth ship but kind of weak, or armored ship with a secondary transponder code.
Cooley is 100% drooling over the Mandalorian ship. Like, he's not gonna make a choice, but when it comes to hitting things and hitting things hard, Thule's 100% focused on it.
By the way, this was the moment in the game I've been the most excited for. Is you
Me
guys
too, dude.
you guys
Yeah.
choosing between these 3 ships, which one's going to be your
Same.
home?
Is this a decision we want to like wait on and make next time we all play together? So we have time to think about it. I know makes it so that's not going to happen for another like 3 weeks.
Really?
Well, we've got
Yeah,
next
we'll get-
week, and then
I thought, oh no, I'm gone next week. I thought you were gone. I thought you were
Yeah,
gone
the
the next
6th.
2 weeks.
The 6th and the 13th is when you said you were gone, Gabe.
oh shit, yeah, that is next week.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, you guys are also going to level up.
Okay, killer.
Fine.
Oh shit.
Thank
So,
God.
so we will go ahead and call it because it's
one
9.
more, and I can finally be an effective fighter.
We can go ahead and call it. It's 9:30 anyway, which is usually the time we call it, or 9:30 my time. We will go ahead and blue ball the audience, the ones that listen to us, and find out which one of these ships you guys choose from.
Yeah, oof.
Because trust me, I made sure to pick 3 that's gonna make you go, oh shit.
Yeah.
They're all cool. Like I'm not going to be.
They all have their
by any of
bonuses
them.
and their weaknesses.
Oh
Yeah, yeah.
for sure.
Do you want to be stealthy and weak, strong and a target, or tough?
Which is fastest?
Probably
I think the light
Comrade,
hullcraft.
yes. Oh, really? Okay.
I want to say it's a toss up. I think it's between the Comric and the light hullcraft.
About the same speed.
I feel like the stealth ship should have some extra speed on it.
I think if you're looking at speed wise, I think it's the light hullcraft, the Comric, and then the armored freighter. But the armored freighter is stealthy in its own right because it's more of a hide in plain sight type ship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like
See, I like this because I know all of you want to choose the Mandalorian ship, but you know the problems that are going to come with.
I will. Even though we level up, we're only level 4, and those
Jokes
are
on y'all.
Mandalorian.
I don't know the problems that come with it. Mandalorian ship all the way.
You guys are going to
I
be
don't-
tracked down
Oh,
by a
man.
fucking Mandalorian clan.
I'm trying to like.
I'm
Go
gonna be
ahead,
the weirdo, and I don't actually like those ships. The
Yeah?
flipped wing design, I do not like.
That's fair.
Oh come on! When she throws up one aileron and does like a spin turn on those fucking like interceptors, come on. Although I will argue that motherfucker outflying 4 interceptors. I'm sorry, I'm an interceptor fan. That's bullshit.
Yeah, no.
Well, they were
way.
just bad pilots, and she's good.
Yeah, none of them were the Baron.
No, they didn't have the red stripes.
Yeah, I flew him in fucking that Star Wars tabletop like fighter game. I flew him all the time. I had an entire interceptor squadron. That's what I flew.
Mhm.
X-wing.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
all I
Y'all
would play
remind
is
me
the Empire.
how to drag in a level.
You drag in the
No,
same one.
I've stopped.
Uh,
I've stopped
if
building
you-
my sheet on there.
If you open the compendium and search
Yeah.
for the level that you're search for the class that you're working on, it'll have the various levels on there. But even if you drag it in, you still have to kind of find the additional features
All
to
right,
add them as well. It doesn't get all of it added.
all right, gentlemen. Let's roll off for accolades.
Oh, that's a thing. Yeah, 11.
11.
10.
17.
Roll these two, Lee.
Dude,
Rolling for last place.
Oh. Versus Nat 20. You got it. I'll take last place.
All right. So was it me,
Should
Watt,
Gabe
Jacob?
yeah, Shug,
Sean?
Shug, Watt, Thule, Jacob.
I like how it says Shug, Gabe, Thule, Jacob. And so you used half our real names and half of our characters.
That's how Bill's brain works, okay? Don't question it.
That's so funny.
1B, third D.
We all know I'm
all
broken
right.
inside.
Gents, I had a blast playing with you guys tonight. This is what I needed to kind of like zend me out. So this was really nice. So thank you to everybody, specifically Jacob. The whole argument over the points and like me being like, "Can I just?" You're like, "No, you can't." That was my favorite moment all night. That was fun.
Thanks, man.
Bill, yeah, I've been building up this moment in my head too, for the past like 3 or so weeks. I think since when you've been hinting at like what our payment was going to be, I suspected it was going to be ships, and that we were going to get to be able to choose. And so it's been a cool, like a fun, like journey to get there. And so I'm excited we're finally here, and these are all awesome choices, and I'm looking forward to discussing it with everybody.
Yeah.
Awesome. Gabe?
I'm gonna have to echo the points conversation that Jacob. That was a great bit of improv. I loved it.
Thank you, Dan.
Bill, the fight was neat, dude. It was this like, hey, this could be a really terrible thing to happen. This could be a really rough fight kind of conversation based on the conversation with the Junker. But in reality, it was kind of a, it could have gone badly for sure, but it was kind of just a fun mechanic to get us to where we needed to go. I love the ventilator being this like functional hangar bay. That's cool. I really enjoyed that. You and I both have a love for that ship.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I got a freaking hard on for ventilators, but it's my favorite fucking Star Destroyer.
It's the best Star Destroyer design ever,
Yeah.
and I will fight you over that.
Absolutely fucking awesome.
But yeah, I just enjoyed it, man. It was delightful fight into a delightful reveal.
And next up
Was Jacob?
Really?
I should be last.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jacob
okay.
got the net 20
Jacob.
on the roll.
Shug, I enjoyed the moment as far as that one was concerned. But just opening things up tonight of Thule doing the math on launching Jude
That was great. Yeah.
over this ridge just immediately made my day. So it was such a fun, like, it was a fun way to come back into how much Jude had just annoyed the shit out of all of us after a week off here in between things. So kudos, man. I loved the tone that it set at the beginning of this was just great.
Thank you.
And Bill, obviously the ship choices and everything are incredible. I love the options that you have here in front of us. Legitimately, like, difficult choice to make between this. They're all have very real, tangible advantages in a lot of different ways. But also the offering the peace talk from the bot, and then Watt just immediately choosing violence.
he just wanted to go home.
Just
Watch chose nothing.
it was fantastic.
No
True,
home.
Alexander chose violence, but no, I appreciate that they offered the peace talk, and it was a moment that made me stop here and consider just how different this game is from the game that we've been playing for the last few years prior to this.
Yep.
Where we chose peace and non-violence at every possible moment, and here we turn around, peace is off, and we're like, fuck that.
Peace was never an option.
No, I appreciated the options and the reactions from everyone involved thereof. So thanks for setting up some fun scenes and choices.
Right? And last but not least, Thule.
Yeah, Bill, I wanted to start off with you because I want to make sure that you are aware and have an understanding that as much as I talked shit and wanted to kill Jude, it was not a reflection of you as a DM.
Oh, no.
The opposite is true, is that you did such a good job with this character being what this character was, that me playing Thule was like, no, fuck this guy. So thank you for you did not change Jude based on any of our decisions of how pissed off we got with him or how annoyed we were with him. Jude was Jude, and I think from a DM perspective, you played that really well.
Thank you. I play annoying characters well.
Yeah, that is a reflection on you, by the way. Keep that. I also really enjoyed the points conversation, and this being like, no, that's fucking mine. Like, I get it that you got the last one, but that's fucking mine. And just the culmination of character things that went into, of the let's share points, or you can have my points. And then I'm going to hollow out that skull. You can keep it, but I'm going to take everything in it. and just everybody kind of jumping in on that same pivotal point of, I want the points from this guy's head. I'm taking this trophy. It led to a lot from everybody, and I appreciated that. So thank you all for that scene.
Yeah, man.
All right. So starting down the list, Shug. I really enjoyed Shug's interaction at the beginning with Jude and Thule was very interesting, very fun. But the combat in the little communications bay was, I don't know why, but it felt like you were just chasing Tisk. And I think you actually stole 2 of his kills.
I think it was 2.
Yeah, during that entire combat was you got the last blow in. I just really enjoyed that. I thought that was hilarious. And then the points conversation that came up with that was great. Gabe, Watt continues to be a chaos gremlin. Like, never expected you to like start the fight, but no, start the fight with the tactical droid. I figured he was going to start it, but you know what? He didn't. Alexander started. Now, I mean, if you want to argue, chicken and the egg, you programmed Alexander.
No, I just awoke what was already inside him.
I just awoke the rage.
When I found him in that spice den and named him and gave him glorious purpose.
Oh my god.
So that was enjoyable. Thule, I have to harken back to you taking on this fucking behemoth and taking him like a champ. Your reaction to getting hit so hard. And the fact that you were wanting to punt June over a John, like the fact you were gonna march June into the fucking lion's den with a pork chop around his neck.
Absolutely.
I very much enjoyed that. And Jacob, Tisk's anger and the pissed off nature of wanting to claim a trophy. Like, you didn't get the points, but you at least want a fucking trophy.
Damn right.
So with that being said, I think all of you agree the points conversation deserves to get the accolade.
Absolutely.
And the inspiration for this go around. So that's,
I'll take
yeah, definitely going to Tisk.
much
Nice, well done.
appreciated.
Yeah. With that being said, we will not have an episode for the next couple of weeks as we are getting into that busy season with conventions and whatnot, and one of us has a book that's due out soon.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
Fucking nerd.
One of us has a stream to concentrate on.
Fucking nerds.
Fucking nerds.
Have fun with that playthrough tonight, man.
Oh, that's going to be great. It's going to be an all-nighter for me. And I also added that every follower I get, I'm adding an hour. So
So
Damn, I wish I had waited to follow you.
it does not count if you unfollow and refollow. It does not
I'll
count.
unfollow you now and refollow
Does
you.
not count.
Start.
Does not count. I will say that stipulation right now.
All right, I'll start setting up dummy accounts now.
It's
In a few
been
hours.
3 days. Let me sleep. So thank you everyone that tunes into our podcast. And this is a labor of love for us. We like sharing our hobby of our thrill of role playing with you guys. I know there's been a lot of hate and a lot of stuff going around on the internet lately, but as we like to say here at the Forever DMs, practice kindness. It is a free action, and I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Just do it. Just give in.
And one of the kindness things you can is giving the Forever DMs a follow on Twitter and on Twitch. Why not?
Pile drive that subscribe button.
Good God. On that note, thank you everyone for listening here, and we will catch you guys later.